Hi, my name's Aryan, and this is Vanya, and we are going to be doing a tech debate today. Vanya has the YouTube channel Vunier DJI Phantom, and I have the channel Lugera. So we're going to link both.
It's renamed to Vunier Drone and Tech right now.
Oh, sorry, it's Vunier Drone and Tech. So, and my channel is named Lugera. You're probably watching it on my channel, so we'll find out then. Okay, so we're going to be discussing a few topics today. We don't have all the topics outlined yet, but our first topic is the iPhone 10 and our thoughts on it, and is it a worthy upgrade? Is it good? And in addition to that, we also have the MacBook Pro, the new, the 2016 models, like the 4th generation, and is it a worthy upgrade over last year's or the year before's laptop? Okay, so let's start with the iPhone 10. What's your first good thing about it?
Well, the good thing about it is that it finally adopts OLED and lots of color gamut, so the display is really gorgeous, and it goes seamlessly edge to edge almost.
I agree with you there, but I don't think edge to edge is really a new thing anymore. They're kind of late to the party.
It isn't a new thing anymore, but as soon as Apple does it, Apple has never been known to be the first ones to implement new technologies. They're the ones to perfect it.
I guess so. I guess you're right on that. I mean, most people have the issue with the iPhone 10 because of the price. It's cost $10 times $10.
Well, now
actually no, it's actually 10. The iPhone 10 costs 10. Hold on. The iPhone 10 costs 10 times 10 times $10, $1,000. And that's everyone's issue with it, including mine, which is why I don't really want to buy it. Because first of all, I have an iPhone 7. Why would I buy it? And I'm filming it on the iPhone 7 right now, actually. And second of all, $1,000 is a lot of money for a phone. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, look. We were anticipating the phone, a bunch of leaks and rumors before the actual release, that it would cost way more than $1,000, more like $1,200 or even more. Now, we should be glad that we live in America and it costs only $999, which is $1,000, because in countries like Hungary, it would actually cost $1,700 US.
Well, that's just inflation, and that's just price cost.
Yeah.
But I don't think America really matters when you have to spend $1,000 on a phone. That's just a lot of money. I don't care about the speculation about, it used to be perceived as a $1,200, which is the price of a laptop. But, it's a little less expensive, so it's okay. $1,000 is still a lot of money for a phone. So what are the iPhone 10's improvements, right?
Now, let me tell you this. Many people are also concerned that the storage bump, from 64 to 256, costs $150. We should not be deceived by that, because normally it would be from 64 to 128 to 256, which would cost $100 each more. Now, so double the storage would cost you $100, but now we're quadrupling the storage. So by simple math calculations, it should be known that it should cost $200 actually to upgrade the price, when in reality it costs $150, so we should be grateful for that. Also, one more thing, the maxed out iPhone 7 Plus costs $999, which is almost $1,000.
I think it's $949 actually.
$949. Well, same price basically. You can still get the lowest end iPhone 10 for 64 gigabytes, and it'll be perfectly fine in my opinion. If you don't store too much files on it, like photos and videos, you can just transfer them to your computer using AirDrop.
I still don't think it's worth it. A lot of people are saying that, why can't it have at least 128 gigabytes, because you're spending a ton of money on this phone. It's like the really high-end phone. Why can't you just have it high-end specs?
Well, you have to take in mind that 16 gigabytes was the option on the 6S, the starting option, and now we've quadrupled that in 2017.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like for a professional phone, it should have people who probably film a lot on their phone. They'd probably want to actually have the highest storage. I think other than that, it's not that bad of an idea. I think Face ID really shouldn't have been. I really think Touch ID shouldn't have been dropped, and it should have been put on the back of the phone or something like that.
Well, here's my issue with the back of a phone. Like the Google Pixel and all the other phones, like the Samsung Galaxy, like the Samsung Galaxy S8 actually like has it in the horrible finger plate.
Yeah, that's a bad placement, but something like the Google Pixel is much better because it's in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, and the back of the phone kind of looks cluttered and doesn't look like very clean like the iPhone.
I think it looks clean. Like, all right, let me just pull a picture of the Galaxy S8.
The Galaxy S8 looks clean. Like
Yeah, what about the Google
the
Pixel?
Google Pixel does not look clean. On top of that, you have like aluminum and like just blue, no aluminum. Like that kind of looks that makes it pretty terrible because it should be either just aluminum or just all glass.
I mean, I feel like it works. I think the glass. Hold on, let's see here. It might be because of the wireless charging.
Well, I don't know. Then why shouldn't they implement it like all over the place, like the iPhone 8?
It doesn't have wireless charging. What do you mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just because that's the design they wanted to go with. I think it looks good. It's not that bad of a phone design.
Well, it doesn't look super clean like the Johnny Ive way, if you know what I mean.
You're such an Apple sheep. That's my issue with you and your content. You waste so much money on your computers. Look at that computer right there. Without the education discount, and stop stroking like it's your pet. Just stop. That's disgusting. It cost $4,200 US. That is a ton of money. That's probably a shift or two. That's probably like 2 weeks worth of work, and you just bought it. Why?
Well, look, honestly, the Mac Pro does feel its age right now. The one that I have.
Well, that was your fault for spending $10,000 on a 3-year-old
And,
computer.
look,
Yeah, $10,000.
I see that this thing in Final Cut Pro performs actually way better than my Mac Pro. And I paid $4,000 compared to $10,000 for this. So this is actually a pretty like good bang for your buck right here.
Bang for your buck. Do you realize how much $4,000 actually is in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, but you're paying for the macOS experience with the like dedicated apps you have on it, like FaceTime and like all the Apple ecosystem and stuff.
You don't spend $4,000 for the Apple ecosystem. Like,
Look,
you can spend like $1,000 and get the exact same experience.
Well, yeah, but for video editing and stuff. Okay, well, anyways, $4,000 is the maxed out version of a 15-inch MacBook Pro.
Why do you need the maxed out? You don't do much on it. You don't really need to edit that high end of video. I've edited 4K on this. I know. Oh, you have a
I edited
MacBook Pro
4K
too.
at 60, like in a really good format.
Why do you
actually.
need 4K at 60? Why do you need 4K at 60 now? You don't.
Well, it looks better and it looks like smoother. But one more thing, you can actually pay $2,300 to get like almost the same experience on the 15-inch MacBook Pro. That's the lowest end 15-inch MacBook Pro.
Then don't spend. Then why did you spend $4,200 when you saying you can get the almost exact same experience and put your finger down? I'm not done yet. And I can't stress this enough here. $4,200 US.
Most of it is actually the SSD, the 2TB SSD, and I hate having a lower end SSD. That's why I bought the highest end.
2 terabytes is not that. You don't need 2 terabytes for an SSD. You don't. You know what you can do? Buy an external drive. You have a 4 terabyte external drive already.
Yeah, and my issue with an external hard drive is that first of all, it's a big hassle. Second of all,
It's not that bad. It's really easy. You just gotta plug it in and you're done.
yeah, but it takes a while to transfer the photos and
It's
videos.
just because 4 terabytes it's not an SSD.
Right, it's not an
You want to buy a
SSD.
2 terabyte portable SD? Here you go.
Yeah, I know. It costs $800 on the Samsung. Yeah, I know what those things are. I'm just saying it's an extra hassle to like always worry about your storage filling up and always exporting to your disk drive or always like moving it to your hard drive. Wouldn't you rather just like have most of your files on your computer and not worry about it or not worry about it at all?
I think 512 gigabytes is enough for people who want that.
On top of that, if you want like to just get a little bit more from your MacBook Pro, you also need Boot Camp, and Boot Camp will take at least 100 gigabytes.
It's actually 40 gigabytes minimum. I did it this morning.
Yeah, it is 40 gigabytes minimum, but then you cannot download anything on it.
Well, that's why I use an external hard drive. It's that simple. I plug it in. Although download speeds are slow, that's an issue, kind of an issue. You can just plug it in and download your games. I think I can basically do this. Go to the PC, plug in the external hard drive, download Doom, unplug it, plug it into this computer,
The minute you own something like this, like a 2 terabyte SSD or at least a 1 terabyte SSD, you will have no idea how you lived without it before. Okay? It's like a really nice experience, and
I've had a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's nice. I don't need a 2 terabyte SSD.
well, guess what? Everything reads, writes, opens, just much faster.
I mean,
Oh, and guess what? The new MacBook Pros have like extremely fast SSDs.
yes, I know. This thing has good download speeds, so you can just deal with this. I just don't get. You remember when you? Okay, let me tell you a little story. Vunier commented on this tech YouTuber that he keeps like praising, Mr. Tables of Tech, and don't say anything. I'm not done yet. Basically, what he did was he commented. Tables, if you're reading this, don't never contact this man ever again. He's a nut job. He's a nutcase.
Look, this guy's just lying. We're just teenagers.
Yeah, we are just teenagers, but he's a nutcase teenager. He's spending all his money on... Alright, why don't we just continue? So he commented, the 15-inch MacBook Pro sucks because it's so big and it's so clunky. Wow, it's so big, a laptop. You just hated it and you're like, oh, now I secretly want it. What made you decide, oh, wait, it doesn't suck?
Well, here's the thing. It has dedicated graphics, like Radeon Pro 550. On top of that...
Radeon Pro is actually worse than something like an RX 480.
Well, it's better than the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Anyway, it also has quad-core Intel i7 processors.
You can get Intel i7 for this, and so what if...
You get dual cores on that thing. You get quad cores on this thing.
Can you not touch my laptop? I don't want your dirty hands on it.
My hands aren't dirty.
Yes, they are. Okay, I get that, but I think Intel... integrated graphics is good enough for most stuff. You don't game on your computer, and I've rendered stuff pretty good with it. I think this thing has enough RAM. It has a simple thing, and I think the touch bar is a dumb upgrade. So, I picked basically the baseline build of 256 gigabytes of storage, and I'm happy.
The touch bar actually used to be a dumb thing back when it first premiered. We all agree with that. But now, apps like Skype, Microsoft Word, and not to mention Premiere Pro have implemented it into their apps, and now it's so much easier to use. I mean, you could use shortcuts, but for example, switching the tabs on the Safari, I mean, you pretty much have to use the mouse for that.
No, you don't.
You can press Option T or Control T. Yeah, you can, but with the touch bar, you can get more precise. You know.
What do you mean precise? You can just, you know what you can do? You can just zoom. You can just sort of zoom out in and then pick one. Is it really that big of a deal to have to look at the touch bar and be like,
It's faster, okay?
It's not faster because you have to look at the thing and you have to see where everything is. Huh? Oh, sorry, music was playing. I just think it's easier just to have the function keys, and you know what the function keys are. You have a physical escape key that you can do. You can use a physical escape key. A lot of people use a physical escape key, and it's
the escape key on the touch bar works just as well on the.
Still annoying. I still don't like the touch bar, and I never will. Besides, I think Touch ID is kind of a dumb thing. Just put in a password. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, yeah, it isn't that big of a deal, but look, you can just do that, and it's unlocked.
Or you can just do, and you're done. Just tap in the password for like a second, and you're done.
Well, I don't know. It's just a smoother experience, in my opinion.
Why does everything have to be about the experience? You can get something a lot cheaper. You're just wasting your money on this tech. I mean, you can be saving up for college with this money. You can be putting so much of your money into like education, a good career opportunity, classes to learn more. Instead, you're just wasting your money on the tech.
Well, I don't know. I have enough money for college, and I mean.
Yeah, I know you have enough money for college.
So like, I just want to like get the good tech when like. I always just want to get good tech for the good experience and faster, okay? Because for video editing, 4K at 60, and if you're using also Premiere and After Effects sometimes, you do need the dedicated graphics and the quad-core processors.
If you really want to edit a base station, just go buy a computer, go buy a PC, and just put Premiere on it. That's what I did.
Well, you don't have like that Okay, with Macs you have metal. Okay, the metal engine. Which,
You have Vulkan and DirectX, which are 20 times better than Metal.
well, now you have Metal 2.
Metal 2 is just trying to be like Vulkan, and
Yeah, Metal 2 is better than Vulkan.
it is not better than Vulkan.
Oh, on top of that, you have a new Apple proprietary file system with the new macOS High Sierra, which actually copies files way better, transfer speeds, and everything. Okay, like. Also, Safari is now much faster than Chrome, and just the macOS experience, I'm just saying, is better than the Windows experience.
I just don't like why. I like Metal's nice, but I just don't like how everything is so closed source. Why can't you just have something that works on everything?
Well,
An API that works on everything.
Apple has never been like the company to open up more options. We all agree that it needs to open up itself. Like, what I wish for is that the newer DSLRs had AirDrop or something like that.
It's never gonna happen.
Exactly, because Apple's a proprietary.
You can use Wi-Fi. You can use Wi-Fi transfer or plug in a cable.
Yeah, I plug in a cable and works fine, but I don't know. I just like AirDrop for the way the ecosystem works. Okay, look, here's the core of the ecosystem. iPhone, then you have the iPad, and then you have the MacBook, okay? These devices, they work together so well, which I just love, okay?
I mean, you don't even use your iPad that much anymore. You always said, oh, it's so bad, iPads. Why can't you, and I have these conversations saved, by the way. If you want me to, if people can comment, I'll send you the conversations. And yes, I saved the conversations, Vanya. And no, and yes, I will be releasing them one day.
Well, part of the reason I actually didn't like iPads is because of the software. Well, now because of iOS 11, you have like a massive rehaul to the iPads.
Yeah, massive rehaul for apps, which he hates. He hates apps so much. He's like, oh, what's so good about apps? I mean, they're not like, it's not like they're the core experience of a phone for 10 years.
Okay, look, Look. My biggest issue is with the YouTube app. Not just all apps, okay? For example, Minecraft is an app on your computer. Skype is an app.
What's so bad about YouTube, the app? I don't get it.
Because you can literally go on Safari and type in youtube.com. It's much faster, easier. Why would you go into the app? I mean, why would you have two separate things?
Why would you watch Netflix on an app? Why would you watch Hulu on an app? Why would you watch iTunes on an app? You have different apps for video things.
You watch iTunes on an app because iTunes.com does not exist. Well, the website may exist, but it doesn't offer, like, the music and the TV shows. And
why would you watch Hulu on your phone with the website? It's just arbitrary. Just use the app. The app is quicker because it's not a web. It's actually smoother. It generally a lot of times has more features.
Well, okay, I agree with you on the Netflix and Hulu part, but not YouTube, okay? The YouTube app is clunky in my opinion.
I think it works fine. What's wrong with it?
For one, like, you have a giant play button in the center of the video that always pops up and blocks the video.
You can just tap it away.
One more thing on top of that, you don't have annotations on your phone.
No one uses annotations anymore. YouTube got rid of them for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. But older videos still have them. And if you go on the iPad into the Safari YouTube, you can actually use... You actually have the option to view annotations.
I think why they got rid of annotations was because of the fact that more people are watching YouTube on their iPhones and they wouldn't be able to shove all these annotations on your iPhone that well. So people, and I guess I don't know why YouTube works with annotations on the iPad. Maybe they just wanted to do that, but they needed to have it on the phone. They needed to work good as well on the phone, so they changed it. So I think our next topic, we went a little off topic there, is the Nintendo Switch specs. What's your issue with Nintendo Switch?
My issue is that most devices nowadays are upgrading to 4K and like Retina displays that you can't discern the pixels. Well, the Nintendo Switch pushes backwards from the future. It pushes 720p, okay? It runs 720p.
No, it doesn't. Most games actually run on 1080p.
If you plug in an external monitor, but...
What do you mean plug in an external monitor?
Okay, the Nintendo Switch, the built-in monitor to the Nintendo Switch is 720p.
It's 6 inches. It looks good. It looks pretty good.
This thing is 5.5 inches and it's 1080.
Yeah, but think about it. That thing costs like $900. The Switch costs $300. It's cheap and it works.
Well, yeah, it is cheaper, but look, I'm just not a fan of these Game Boy devices or the Nintendo Switch, because okay, look, imagine in your backpack you put an iPhone in, an iPad, and a Nintendo Switch. You want to minimize the amount of devices you put in it to make it simpler, okay? You just put one iPhone in or one iPad, and there you go, you're done. But with a Nintendo Switch...
You really think you can just use an iPad on your own as like a device when you're traveling? No, you can't.
Well, yeah, because it has Wi-Fi calling enabled, and if you actually buy the cellular model, you can call from it, like make dedicated calls. Even if your phone like short-circuited or broke, you can still call from your iPad.
Let me look it up. Can you call an iPad cellular? No, you can't. I don't think you can. I'm looking at it. Let's see here. No, you can't.
The Google explanations probably say you can't, but I know for a fact I've done it before, and Wi-Fi calling is...
FaceTime audio is not calling with a phone
No,
number.
no. I'm not talking about FaceTime audio. I'm talking about Wi-Fi calling. Like, you use your Wi-Fi from
Wi-Fi doesn't work. Wi-Fi calling hasn't fully been implemented, though. Even my AT&T, I try to turn on, it doesn't work.
Wi-Fi calling, if you have it enabled on either your computer or on your iPad, if you're connected to any internet source, whether it be Ethernet, Wi-Fi, or cellular, it would still work. I know for a fact, and we can later like film it, and I'll show it. I'll bring my iPad, or we'll show it off of this.
You know what? I'll use my iPad so I can see how it works. But fine, you're right about that. Wi-Fi calling. But fine, let's go back to Nintendo Switch. I don't get it. Nintendo was never about the power of the console. It was all about the way, the way it works. It's so simple to use. You know what you do?
What?
You take the Switch, you take it out of the dock so it's charging, right? You have the Joy-Con controllers. You're playing your video game in the car, at your friend's house. You can slide the Joy-Con and play with 2 players out of the box. You can play with 2 players out of the box. You can get 3, 4. You can have like 8 players. And then when you want to go home and play your own games, you know what you do? You slide it into the dock. It automatically turns on. You take the Joy-Cons out. You plug them into like a grip or use a different controller. And it's so simple. I've used it. It is the simplest system ever.
I do like the idea of a Nintendo Switch. It's kind of like the Mac Mini almost, but...
Why do you have to compare everything to Apple? The Mac Mini is a desktop computer meant for people who are switching from Windows, a low-powered desktop computer. The Nintendo Switch is a video game console. Jesus.
Okay, let me tell you. My issue with a Nintendo Switch is that it doesn't have, like, 2017 ready specs, okay?
Okay, that is kind of true. I mean, it uses an NVIDIA Tegra processor, X1, when the X2 could have been out. But honestly, I think it runs decently, and the battery life, I think it's a decent compromise.
Well, I do like the idea, but look, you get low, even if you're like playing it at home, you're getting like low power specs while connecting it to a TV when you'd rather buy a full-fledged console.
I don't think most people who own a Nintendo Switch have just a Nintendo Switch, except for like little kids. Most of the time, they have like, say, an Xbox or PS4, and then they buy a Switch for the exclusive games. That's what I did. That's what most people did.
Well, yeah, the exclusive games are one thing.
But you can't play... Honestly, Nintendo hasn't had the best third-party track run, but I think we're getting there, because like Skyrim's getting ported to Switch, which is, kind of a dumb thing, but some first-party games are releasing the same day on Nintendo Switch, but not all of them. You are right, though. A lot of games, people thought Call of Duty World War II would be coming to the Switch. No, it isn't. They explicitly said, no, we're not bringing Call of Duty. They couldn't port Overwatch to the Switch, but they could port the new Doom game. It just depends on how well you optimize. Most games by Nintendo run at 60 FPS because they make the resolution worse. They sort of do resolution scaling.
Well, yeah, that's what I don't like. Is that the resolution is bad. For example, on my Mac Pro, you can game at 1440p, which runs at like over 60 FPS, which
well,
I
you
love.
you spent $10,000 on the computer. Think about the money. Money has a big deal in tech because the Switch costs $300. And you can play the games.
You can buy an Xbox for literally almost like the same price,
yeah.
Just like a little bit more.
Yeah, but the Switch is portable. That's the big deal. It's the biggest issue with it, and that's the biggest reason why you would buy it.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. It is very portable, and The idea is nice, but I just don't like the 720p display. Like, that's pretty much my only issue with it.
You really don't notice it when you're gaming, to be honest.
Well, I don't know. I just kind of prefer to have, like, everything super sharp.
I don't know. You're so perfect about that thing. Oh my god. Okay, so we've been recording for about 25 minutes. Do we have another topic? I don't want to end this here because I want to get in some heated discussion. Is there anything else you have to say about the iPhone 10?
We can talk about, like, an Apple product.
What Apple product? Well, let's talk about that Snapchat post you made where you said, just got the iPhone 10, I mean the iPhone 8, the Apple Watch Series 3 Cellular, and the 4K Apple TV. Like, you waste so much money. You already spent $4,200 on this computer, right? I'm not going to make a purchase for a long time because I bought this computer, right? You are already just you are draining your scam company's money.
Look, I like the Series 3 Apple Watch because it has cellular built in.
You're never going to use it without your phone. I bet you're never going to use it
No.
without your phone.
No. Look, you always have it on your wrist, and imagine like, oh no, where did I put my iPhone in my house? Oh well, I'm gonna just take a walk without my phone, and my mom won't be worried about it because I can just call anyone from my wrist.
Okay, but you still wasted your money on it.
And on top of that, I do need those products for my tech channel, and I have a 4K TV which supports HDR and OLED technology.
Where the hell is your 4K TV?
It's in the living room.
Oh, so your parents bought it like a $4,200 LG TV in 4K?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can buy a 4K TV for like $300, $400.
That one has OLED.
OLED doesn't matter because OLED hasn't been perfected in TVs yet.
Oh, and my TV also has a curved display which supports more viewing angles actually, and you get like more immersive with it.
What angle are you looking at? You just face it dead on. You can face it from the side. Everything works.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It just kind of feels better.
Wow, so nice. Is there any other topics you want to talk about that aren't BS?
I'm gonna look up. Oh, I know a good topic. I'm gonna rant about this. Why doesn't the iPad have a silicone case or a smart case?
Because they want you to spend more money.
No, I mean seriously. The iPad discontinued like the back piece cover. They just sell the smart cover now, and like. I feel like most people do need a case. In fact, we even sell a third-party case which does support like all around or just the back piece.
That's because they want you to spend more money.
How exactly do you want to? The lever sleeve does nothing, okay? The lever sleeve, you just pull it out and pull it back in. You still need a case.
But, like, they just want you to spend more money. It's that simple.
How exactly are they making more money? They're not even providing the option of selling a more expensive smart case. All they sell is a smart cover, which is just the front piece. They need to sell a back piece for the iPad.
Because, I don't know, it's just they're not selling it because they want you to buy their $130 like sleeve.
The sleeve does nothing. Like I already said, it does nothing. You still need a back piece for the iPad. And by the way, I do have the lever sleeve. It does nothing.
I'm just gonna tell you one more thing. I want you to go 1 year without spending any money. No money. Nothing. Stick with what you have. Every time you see the new tech product that will make your wallet not even drain because you have a bottomless pit, don't spend it.
1 year. Okay, I'll try that after the iPhone 10.
You don't need the 10. Even I don't need the 10. And I think it looks nice. I just don't want it.
I like the iPhone 10 because it finally adopts OLED and an edge-to-edge display.
Well, then you shouldn't have pre-ordered the 8. If you said anything about your tech channel, you don't need to make a video on every new tech product. You're a teenager. You don't need to spend all your money on tech videos.
Yeah, well, I could return. You do realize that I could return my iPhone 8, okay?
Yeah, you're definitely not gonna because September 22nd, you're probably gonna have to hold on to it until November. Like, oh, give it to my dad. I still don't get where you get your money from. you have spent at least $30,000.
On what?
You've spent maybe not. Okay, let's see here, $10,000. I think you've spent almost $20,000 starting with 2016, all the way up to now on tech products. I thought about it for a while.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right because I bought the 12-inch MacBook, 13-inch MacBook Pro maxed out, 15-inch MacBook Pro maxed out, iPhone 7 Plus maxed out, Mac Pro maxed out. So yeah, you're right.
You really gotta you need an intervention.
Why do you say that?
Because you're wasting your money. You should Look, I get your parents might have money, but you're just wasting most of it on this stuff.
Well, I do kind of need when you, I do need a Mac Pro for dedicated desktop power. On top of that, a portable desktop, a portable iMac, as I almost call it, because this thing has iMac grade specs inside of a laptop.
You don't need any of this. If only you actually had a social life.
I do have a social life. What are we talking right now?
Aside from me.
Forbes?
Yeah, I don't think Forbes is exactly the most social life of a kid.
Yeah, he is.
That's
We almost always talk to each other.
Fine now. Is there anything else you want to... Is there any other people aside from Mr. Other Persian Kid? Fine, alright, I need to think of a new topic. The only reason... Here's the products, personally... Wait, can I say this quickly?
Yeah.
The products that I would upgrade to would possibly be the Apple Watch Series 3, because just a faster thing. Because my Apple Watch is getting kind of slow, and it's been 2 years. I might. Probably not. And the last one would probably be the Apple TV 4K, which I'm definitely getting around Christmas time once I have more money, because I think it's a good upgrade, at least, just so I can have something to watch it 4K.
Great upgrade! Let's talk about Apple products that might be discontinued soon. First, let's start out with the Apple DVD Super Drive. I really think they should update it to make it slimmer, space gray, and Blu-ray supported with USB-C. What do you think?
Okay, let's see here. Blu-ray external drive, computer Blu-ray drives. So, you want to get an external Blu-ray writer? You can get one for slim. Look at this. That is decently slim.
Mac OS doesn't even have built-in software to do Blu-rays. It only has software for DVDs.
Well, that's just too bad.
Exactly. It is too bad.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, by the way, these super
You
drives,
can download Blu-ray players first of all, and then you can buy a Blu-ray disc.
These
Blu-ray.
super drives last you a super long time. I had mine since 2012. Still is mint condition.
You spent $80 on it when you can spend $20. Apple overprices literally everything.
Because it's perfect, and it has
not perfect.
even the super drive has the aluminum unibody design.
Why does it matter? It's a DVD drive. First of all,
imagine if you drop the DVD drive.
Imagine if you actually drop it. Who would drop a DVD drive? It's a computer. You are not gonna walk around with a giant DVD drive hanging out the side of your goddamn computer.
You can hold it, okay? You can hold the DVD drive.
Or you can do this. Plug it in, it stays there, you watch your movie or install your program, and then you unplug it, put it aside, and never touch it again!
It looks better with aluminum.
This is why Apple sheep get a bad name. Untitled Tech, if you are watching this, this is why people like you get a bad name. Him. I think you are a decent tech YouTuber. I'm glad that you got collaborations. I'm glad that you have the base that you do. Don't let people like him take over.
Okay, look, I'm an Apple sheep, and he's not an Apple sheep, so I'm totally on your side, Tayloseph.
I get why you'd buy Apple products. What do you mean I'm not an Apple sheep? I don't buy everything Apple does, but I have a lot of Apple products. I used to have the AirPods, for Christ's sake. And then I lost them. I have the Beats X now. They're pretty good. But seriously. Like, I'm as much in the same boat as he is. And it just depends on, it's not just how many products you buy, because I think we mostly, like, I think most of my parents, they have to do their work on their phones or laptop. They don't need all this stuff. Okay.
Now, here's another product I think Apple will discontinue sometime in the future. It is called the iPad Mini 4. It has not received an update in 2 years, and now the iPad Mini was always seen as like the cheaper version of the iPad.
I'm
now,
sad about that. I'm sad that it does. I'm sad that it's going away, to be honest.
And if people want iOS on a bigger screen, the reason people go for iPads is because they want iOS on a bigger screen, and the reason they want that is so it could be on a bigger screen. And now the 9.7 inches iPad costs less than the iPad Mini 4, so that's your new like iPad Mini, if you will.
Well, I think it's just the size that people want. It's all about the size. I love the size of my iPad Mini. It is such a good size. I can carry it around. It's just so simple.
Honestly, like the 9.
It's so easy. It's just I don't care about the screen size of the 9.7 inch. I can treat the iPad Mini 4 as if it's like an e-reader or just a simple YouTube watcher. I don't need something better. I don't need a huge screen.
The 9.7 inches iPad is like...
The cross does it.
Okay, it's very portable. You can like do everything you can with the iPad Mini, like with your thumbs and everything, like typing.
Not really.
And you get like a bigger screen for more real estate, which I just like. And the 9.7 inches iPad, as Steve Jobs said, is the ideal size for tablets.
Well, that's nice, but I still think the Mini's a good size. I like having...
It's a good size, and I appreciate your opinion, and I think that the 9.7 inches iPad, for me personally, is better.
Then why do you have the 10.5 inch, or you want the 12.9 inch?
I have a 10.5 inch because it has smaller bezels, almost.
Then why do you want the 12.9 inch?
I don't want it anymore.
You said it like 20 times. You made that stupid concept, and that was like 20 times worse than Taylosev's. You didn't even do anything to it.
Yeah, I did. I added like the new screen to it.
You literally just took an image and just made the size bigger. You did nothing really.
No, I distorted it. I distorted it to make it fit better on the iPad screen.
And let me guess, did you use Final Cut Pro instead of Adobe?
Yes!
You don't edit videos with Final Cut!
Actually, you do edit videos with Final Cut.
I'm sorry, I meant photos. Alright, fine. What's the last topic? I think I'm nearly done with this. I want to get this thing edited.
The next thing I think they'll discontinue. What do you think they'll discontinue?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, they already discontinued a lot of the old iPods. They might discontinue the iPod Touch.
Yeah, they might discontinue it. I'm actually and about the iPod Touch, I'm sad that it's going away because my infant brother.
He's not infant anymore. It's like 2.
No, he's like a little under 2, so he still counts as an infant. He actually really likes the iPod, and we like it to have it for him because it doesn't have cellular, which is like really bad for babies. And
I really think it's actually still pretty bad that you're giving a less than 2 years old a screen, because studies have shown that screens shouldn't be given to babies under 2 years old. So you're already kind of just messing with him.
Yeah, and my infant brother actually prefers the iPad to his iPod, and like every time he steals my iPad, well, not steals, that's a harsh word, but every time he uses my iPad, I always turn on airplane mode for him.
You know, I just don't get why you're giving an iPad to a less than a 2-year-old.
Look, he starts crying if I take it away from him, okay?
You're already spoiling him. You're already ruining him. I bet you already will. I come back in 10 years, he's going to be the worst.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I will. He'll be worse than you about it.
How will he be worse?
He's already crying if you take away his iPad. Like, come on, man. You're already giving an iPad to a less than a 2-year-old.
Well, he really enjoyed the Apple Store. Actually, he saw like so many iPads. He was scrolling around. He was like crawling around the table, exploring all the apps in iOS. He's like the master of iOS by now. Actually,
You shouldn't let a 2-year-old go on a tablet. That's the issue. Like, why are you letting him use it? You should like have him like playing with like toys, playing with like the mom. Don't give him an iPad.
He does play with toys and the mom. He just plays like with the iPad whenever he sees one. We always try to like keep it away from the infant's sight. But
Maybe you shouldn't have just showed it to him at all.
Well, I don't know. Whenever we're in the car, he always sees me like on my phone. And that's when he like starts crying. So we're like, okay, we'll give you our phone, okay.
You might have ruined him.
No. If we just don't show the phone to him at all, like he'll be fine. And besides, he has like those baby tablets which aren't screens but just like have a bunch of buttons on them. He really likes those, so
I don't know. I'm just kind of annoyed that all these little kids have iPads like by now. I mean, I was like 3 and I think I watched TV. I didn't even watch TV until I was like 3.
I got my first like Windows XP laptop when I was 4. So
You got a laptop when you were 4?
well, no, I didn't buy it. Like my parents gave me like their old one.
They gave you a laptop when you were 4? I just crawled onto my parents' desktop. I just walked up to it and I just started messing with it.
Oh.
Yeah. They didn't give me a computer until I was like
What
7.
Oh.
Maybe like
When I was like around also when I was 4 years old or 3 years old, my parents taught me how to use the trackpad, or my dad taught me how to use it. So I really liked the idea of trackpads, and yeah.
Is there anything else?
If you have anything more that Apple might discontinue soon, then
I don't know what else they would discontinue, because let's just go on the website and see what they sell. Alright, let me check. Let's check on Mac products. Maybe
they might discontinue the iPhone SE.
I don't think they will. A lot of people like them. I think a lot of people like the iPhone SE. I really hope they don't discontinue
it just received like a minor storage bump and like no spec upgrade. Like
they don't need a spec upgrade. It's still really fast. It has the A9 chip. That's still a really fast processor.
Yeah, but like that's nothing compared to the A10.
Yeah, but
I mean the A11 nowadays. Now actually, the A11 Bionic.
Like I feel like they're gonna discontinue the Mac Mini. I really hope they're either gonna discontinue it or give it an upgrade. Either way, something's going to happen.
Okay, why do you hope that they'll discontinue the Mac Mini? I mean, it's like a very nice computer actually.
It's very, very underpowered nowadays.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, because in 2014 they actually removed the quad-core option, because back in the day when I bought it in 2012, it had quad-core processors, which was like really fast. And I still have that model, which works to this day.
Honestly, I just want to probably just get the Series 3 and just that's it. Maybe not even the Apple TV. Maybe not even the Series. Maybe I'll just get the Series 1.
That's like such a minor upgrade from your current one.
But it's the speed that matters. It's way faster. Even if I buy the Series 3, I'm going to buy the one without cellular.
Why do you not like cellular?
I just don't need it. It's $10 a month. You have to pay $10 a month in addition to our already data plan. And with cellular, it's like an extra, like, what is it? It's an extra, like, $70.
$10 a month.
No, but it's an extra $70 just to get it, and then $10 a month for the thing.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it. Well, I'm definitely not getting the stupid, I'm definitely not getting the stainless steel. I hope did you?
I bought the stainless steel with the Milanese loop space black.
You spent $750 on a watch.
$800 with tax.
Where's Oh, I have her contact. Hello, your son.
No. Whoa. What are you doing? Hey. Why? No.
I'm not sending it. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. Do not send it, okay?
Oh, what is she gonna do? She already knows you're spending too much money on this crap. That's pretty sweet, actually.
She's gonna think you're jealous of me.
I am. Okay, I don't know what else to say.
I think they'll discontinue the MacBook Air soon.
Nah, I hope they. I feel like they won't yet. Once they can get the 12-inch MacBook to $999, then they'll discontinue it.
Yeah, the only reason we're keeping it is for budget reasons.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't you? It's like it's one of the cheapest Apple computers, Apple laptops you can buy.
It is the cheapest Apple laptop.
Yeah, and it's still decent. It still works well.
I don't like the MacBook Air because it's very outdated. Doesn't have a Retina display or even a Force Touch trackpad, which I don't really like.
Well, whatever. Anyways, I guess the offer for the Beats is going away, but I was debating, do I return the Beats X and get the Solo 3, but I tried them on. I just don't like the Solo 3.
I think you shouldn't get the Solo 3 just because the Beats X have a bunch of these ear adapters, and the Beats Solo 3...
I already adjusted it, it's fine. I might actually exchange the Beats X for a white one, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, but I personally like the black because space gray ecosystem.
It's not space gray. It's like completely black. I think the white fits with my phone better.
Yeah, and the space gray in the iPhone is actually like a much darker hint of space gray than like 6S, for example.
Yeah, no. Anyways, I think that's about it. You have anything left? Because I don't know if I have anything left. We're nearing on 50 minutes now, and this is already one hell of a weird podcast.
We should Apple should actually start making more headphones except for the AirPods. Like they should actually like make one of those over ear like studio headphones.
They're already doing that. They're making a new Beats Studio.
Well, Beats is a separate company from Apple, which is owned by Apple. It's not technically made by Apple.
Beats basically is an Apple company now. The Beats X was completely designed by Apple, so it's basically an Apple company now.
Yeah, well, I don't like the Beats because they're just overpriced and sound bad.
Yeah, then buy proper headphones. Don't buy Apple headphones because they're going to be overpriced and sound bad. I think that's about it. Comment if you liked it. I'm sorry I made you guys sit through it. I'll probably put some best moments and I might cut together best moments.
Let's do one more thing.
All right.
Let's make the top 5 things that I hate about Apple. Number 1. Nah, I love Apple.
Taylor Siv, please take notes. Goodbye, everyone. If you like this video, please like and comment. And give me subscriptions on my channel because I need money. Bye.